Yes. So let's begin. I'll just introduce, at least in the meantime. Let me get the host on, and then, of course, I'll give you some information about him. So, namaste, good evening. Thank you very much for joining in today. And this session has received a very good response, and hopefully some more will be joining soon. Apparently, Shamiji was supposed to conduct, but she has lost her voice and she's unwell. So we told her, never mind, that's okay, this happens, but we will still continue. So a very good friend, Dr. Navneet Virk, has stepped in, and he has, of course, now decided to give us the session, do the session for us. And he will also do the same, and he will give information in the first half, and then you can feel free to ask him questions or whatever you like. So about Dr. Navneet, he's a seasoned professional in the financial industry with over 13 years of experience in estate planning and wealth management. He leads a thriving financial services business, North American middle-income families, by helping them to protect their wealth and ensuring its smooth transfer to the next generation. His expertise and dedication have made him a trusted advisor in the financial sector. Dr. Navneet is also actively associated with various not-for-profit organizations, and one of them he's along with me also, which is Brilliant Minds Group, and he offers his support for their programs and activities. His commitment to community service reflects his dedication to making a positive impact beyond the financial sector as finding back to the community. So thank you very much. Welcome, Navneet ji. If you can say a few words and talk about yourself, if you'd like to add some information of yourself to it. Over to you, Navneet ji.
Microphone is off. His microphone is off.
You are muted.
Navneet ji, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much. First of all, Vaidehi ji, Mani, and all the Panorama team for giving me this opportunity. It is an honor and privilege for me to share some valuable information with you. I am into the industry.
We are not still able to hear you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Sure, what is happening?
Okay.
I can hear you.
It is more than 13 years of experience in the financial industry, and I am serving North American population, US and Canada both, on some of the important financial concept, how to transfer their estate to the next generation, how we can manage our wealth, and how you can protect your income, and how investment should work for you, how your money should be employed for you all the time instead of you get employed for money. So those are the things which I am dealing with from the last 13 years into Canadian and US market. And today it has been given me an opportunity by Vaidehi ji and Mani. I can share some of the valuable concept of estate planning and wealth management, how you can transfer your wealth to the next generation. What are the concepts? I'm just going to share the basic information on that. And if there will be any question, concern from anybody, I will be more than happy within my knowledge preview to answer that as per your requirements. And after that, if anybody need any further, services or any further information, you are free to call me back. I will share my number, my information at the end of the session also. And thank you so much once again. When everybody is ready, I can start the presentation so that we start interacting on that aspect also.
Yes, please, you can go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Just a second. Can you see my slides?
Is everybody able to see? I can see, yes.
Okay, let me go from the beginning.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Perfect. So my topic today is to how to pass your estate and net worth, which is a major concern for all the seniors, and especially with the people who are having some high net worth with them, big assets or maybe a big chunk of money in their registered and non-registered account, which is RRSP, TFSA, and non-registered investment. Okay. And once it comes to estate planning, it is a very wide topic. But before that, we need to understand that what an estate actually is and how CRA perceive it, because At the end of the day, our first spouse, first kid, first, beneficiary, that is a CRA, that is a taxman in this country. Okay. And CRA considered a deceased taxpayer to have disposed of all depreciable and non-depreciable capital property for the fair market value immediately before the death. So what does that mean? That everything, once if something happens to me today, everything which belongs to me is the property of Government of Canada. Taxman comes into place. Okay, so that is how this country actually work. Second important thing when it comes to estate, people have no idea what estate actually qualify for. Into the estate, all your assets, your maybe car, your house, mere investments, all the money which you are keeping in your bank account, registered investment, non-registered investments, all these are part of your estate. Okay. And when it comes to estate handling over to your beneficiary, there is a process involved. There is a taxation involved into this process. There is a probate fees involved. There is a capital gain tax involved. And after all these expenses which need to be paid to the heirs or the beneficiary, it reaches after that to your heirs or beneficiary. So this is a basic understanding of estate process in Canada. Okay. So whatever belongs to you, if in case something happens to the individual, this is one of the most important aspect which we need to understand while we are living on this planet Earth. Any questions so far? You can ask me, or we can go ahead after 30 minutes. Is that okay, Vediji? Okay.
Yes, we'll do the Q&A later. Yeah.
Yeah. And life is all about three words: birth, which we never control. Okay. Nobody control life in that sense. Nobody control death. But in between of these two phases, important phases of life, you have the choices to make. Okay. So whatever choices you made in your past, that is your present today. And whatever choices you are going to make today, that define your future also. That is how it works. Okay. And estate planning, why we need to know about it? Because in estate is somebody's net worth in the eyes of the law. That is a simple estate planning basics which we teach people. And that means your bank accounts, all your bank account, your house, your car, any smaller or bigger asset you have on your name, that is your estate. It also means any rights and licenses you might have. Okay, say maybe you are writing a song or you are writing a book or even anything on social media accounts also, that become part of your estate. Okay, and when it comes to estate, if you want to transfer it, the first important thing which you should have to have is a will in place. And dying without a will, if it is dying in state. Okay, so first and foremost step in protecting those who love is to make a will. If you don't have a will in place, it is a challenge for your estate. And more importantly, if you don't update your will on a regular basis, whenever there is an asset which you sell, whenever there is an asset which you add, sorry,
Navneet, I think you are echoing a between sound ka? Like
No, actually, someone is, unmuted. So we
oh,
have
okay,
who
okay.
all are unmuted there.
Okay, let me mute the others actually.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, please go ahead. Thank you.
So if somebody dies without a will, it is a major challenge for the family or the heirs. Okay. So first and foremost important step in protecting your estate, those you love the most, is making a will. It is the cornerstone of your estate plan. The first important thing is that your will should be in place. And in the will, there are certain aspects which you need to take care: your health directives, your financial directives, your power of attorney. Those are the documents which should be intact within your will. That is the first step. And dying without a will is also known as dying in state. The governments get to decide who are your beneficiary and how your assets will be distributed if you don't have an updated will. Okay. And if you, most of the time in the banks also, you never designate a beneficiary, because bank will knowingly they don't assign a beneficiary attached to their registered or non-registered investment, because that always routed through the estate process. So that is very tedious for the families or for the loved one if something happens to the main breadwinner of the family or those who are having the estate in place. Does it make sense so far? Okay. And there are certain obligation in the estate process. Upon death, an individual is deemed to have disposed of all his assets, property at fair market values, taxes are assessed, and capital gains are paid. So that is the first thing. As I told you, your first beneficiary, first spouse, first child is CRA. Every single thing should go through the estate. And if a state does not have sufficient fund to pay all the liabilities an individual is having, all the capital gain taxes on that is appreciation of your property, that is also a major challenge for people. And the executor of your will may have to sell the asset to pay the taxes. If you're planning, because people, they don't plan to fail, they fail in planning. That is how it works. Because most of us, we think that, okay, if something happens to me, everything belongs to my spouse. But that doesn't happen here in the state processes. Fees, there are associated fees to settle your estate also. Every province has different. And Ontario and BC are the highest. Okay. There is a probate fees involved in Ontario up to 1.5% on first 50,000. There is a legal fees involved because if your investments are, let's say, in the public domain in mutual fund or GIC, that is considered to be a public affair, not a private affair. So in those processes, you need to have a lawyer involved to have the process completed for you. There is an accounting fees also, if depending on how big the estate is, up to 3 to 5%. That is an accounting fee. Executor fees is there because whosoever will execute your will in place, there is an executor fees up to 3 to 5%. And there is a capital gain also, capital gain tax. As you know that it is being increased right now from 50 to 67+%, but there is a different criteria attached with that to define that capital gain. So it is very important for all of us that while we are living on this planet Earth, we have a planning in place, which include my wishes and which says that, okay, whatever hard work I have done to create that estate or a net worth, it should be enjoyed by my beneficiaries first. Okay. And in order to do that, we need to have some proper plans in phase. And there is a total 8 to 15% of the fees which need to be paid on top of capital gain tax, which maybe, let's say, 50% is the minimum, 67% is the benchmark. As you go, there are different criteria for that also. Binaji, I will take your question at the end also, I think. So this is the estate planning basis. Okay. Let's say you have all your savings and investments in mutual funds, stocks, GIC, Canada saving bond, your property. Okay. That is your estate. And when you have an estate in place, if something happens to the individual, there is a probate process. It kicks in automatically. Then provincial taxes kicks in automatically. Then there is a estate fees, first 50,000, 1.5% on Ontario. It keeps on changing also. It may increase, it will never decrease, but it keeps on changing. And it is a 3 to 6 month of process in probate. If your will is not in place, if your will is not updated, if you don't have any plan to pay the taxes at the end of the day, maybe one component can be life insurance segment. If you have, let's say, people plan that, okay, my net worth will be $1 million or 5 million or 10 million, and my capital gain should be around $250,000 after all the capital gain exemption, which is available for the businesses. So still you need to pay, because most of the people, they don't have $250,000 in their bank account when they have high net worth, or their beneficiary don't have that money. So this is a process involved, and you need to pay your final taxes. That is called a terminal tax return, which needs to be filed. And after this process, it takes minimum 9 months to 1 year to settle the estate, depending on how big the estate is, what time the person has a unsudden death or unforeseen setbacks. And it is always routed through a lawyer. Okay. And then it goes to the beneficiary, because all these investment in mutual fund, stock, GIC, and savings bond, that is a public affair, not a private affair. But there is a mechanism attached with that, that once all these things are there, if all these savings or investments which you have under the domain of segregated funds, I don't know how many of you are aware about that. So if all these things are under the segregated fund domain, it reaches to the beneficiary in 7 to 10 days. Your RRSP, your TFSA, your non-registered investment, your stocks, and every single thing. It's 7 to 10 days process when you start understanding the advantages of segregated funds, which comes with 100% maturity guarantee. You can choose your 75 to 100% maturity guarantee, 100% death benefit guarantee, or 75% maturity guarantee, 75% death benefit guarantee in case something happens to the individual and your market is totally down, they pay you 100% of your investment cost. Let's say in 2008 or maybe in the COVID market was down, and if something happens to the individual and they have $250,000 or $500,000 in their RRSPs, if that is under the domain of segregated funds, they pay you 100%. Doesn't matter if the market is 50% down somewhere. Okay, so this is a simple estate planning basis, wealth transfer basis. We need to understand how money actually work for me under these segments. And what is a seg fund? It is very important because most of the people, they know mutual fund, they know GIC. Because why people go for mutual fund or the stocks? And the second option, most of the banks, they give the GIC. These are the two options. You will see 99% of the bank, when you walk into the branch, they give you these two options, correct? And under these two options, why people go for GIC? Because they need guarantee. They love the guarantee. Maybe the bank is giving you 3% or 4% rate of return on your saving because they make 15-20% out of your own money. Okay, and you are not able to beat the inflation also under your investments. And why people go for mutual funds, stocks, all these investment which are taxable investment? Because there is no guarantee, but there is a growth parameter attached with that. So when we reach out to the people or people reach out to us, I just ask them simple question, where your investments are right now. And most of them, they say, oh, I have my RRSP, TFS in GIC, non-registered in GIC, or maybe mutual fund if they are more aggressive or balanced investor, which is good that if they understand the risk, which is good if they understand the estate process. But most of the clients which we deal with, as they have a transition towards their retirement, let's say from 55 to 65, they start moving their investment from GIC or mutual fund to the segregated funds. Because segregated fund has the multiple advantages. But when it comes to GIC and saving bonds, there are some of the disadvantages while we are having a guarantee in place. So guarantee and growth, the both things never go side by side. Either you get guarantee or you get the growth. In GIC or saving segments, there are disadvantages, which is low return. It is locked in. You cannot access all the money provided you give the 30% withholding tax. And when you withdraw under, let's say, RRSP segment, it is 100% taxable. Okay. And when it comes to mutual fund, although there is no guarantee, but there are certain advantages attached with that. It is a potential higher return people can get. Means your money always work for you. It makes money for you. It's a liquid, not locked in. It also qualify for the preferred taxation. So there is guarantees, which is an advantage in GIC or Canada Saving Bond. Into the mutual fund, there are also advantages like better returns for yourself. But when it comes to segregated fund, that is a combination of both of these components. You have guarantees also, you have better growth options available to you, working for you with active fund management, not passive fund management. In the banks, most of the segments, they are passive fund management. Once you put your money into that, it is not actively managed. But when you go through an investor or a portfolio manager, it is always active fund management. In segregated funds, everybody, there are guarantees, as I told you, 75 to 100% of your money, which you can pick and choose. Most young people, they choose 75, 75 because there is more growth options available to you. And it is very great a tool for your estate planning, because if your registered and non-registered investment are part of segregated fund, that is a vehicle to move your money. So your estate is protected because there is no probate tax. There is no creditor which can access your money except your beneficiary. That is the potential. And it is a automatic 100% reset every anniversary date. If your money is on the higher side, let's say you invested 100,000 in RRSP and next year it is 120,000, you can set or reset your principal to $120,000. Okay, so that your money, whatever has been increased or growth has been happened, it keeps itself into an intact mode. You are not losing it in case something happens to the depositor of the account or the holder of the account. Does it make sense so far, everybody? Okay. So we always suggest people that they need to safeguard their wealth. They need to minimize the impact of death on the surviving family or the spouse. Means if something happens to me, the money should reach out to my family or my spouse or my kids 7 to 15 days max. Note that it is going through a vicious cycle of 9 months or 1 year or 1.5 years. And once there is a conflict within the family members, this is more time consuming for my loved one or even for my spouse also, not for the loved one only, for the kids only, but for the spouse also. It is a tedious process. And we need to pay all the estate taxes, final expenses, other obligation. And if you have a life protection in place as a blanket for your protection, that is one of the most important ingredients in estate planning. Permanent life protection means you have freed up a life insurance policy for $250,000, $500,000 or $1 million, depending on your estate, depending on your net worth, whatever you have. Or you visualize yourself, if you are a business owner, then it is more important to do some of the stuff through your corporation, because there are two types of will is needed, corporate will and individual will. It goes separately for the businesses, separately for my individuals or my family members. Or if you have designed it properly, it will take care of your estate while you are healthy, while you are living, and you can take care of all the obligation, not only for yourself, but your spouse also. Because we never know what is going to happen next time to anybody. So proper plan in place makes a big difference for people, because you know how to protect it. And if you already have a plan in place, it is awesome opportunity for you with a peace of mind. I meet many professionals out there and they have their paid up plans, maybe a critical illness component through their corporation with the tax advantages attached with that. Okay, maybe their life protection with the dividend options, which is already paid up in 10 years or 11 years or 20 years, whatever they choose. So those are the things. And seg funds options, your money, if invested in that option, it reaches to your beneficiary within 7 days. It bypass estate probate processes and fully creditor protected. And bank, they don't promote it. Why? Because they lose money out of that, because they need to give some guarantees that they never talk about it unless and until you are financially educated. You know that, okay, now I am having a transition towards my retirement. I need to understand I can have the same advantage which mutual fund have with a security attached with that. Okay. So that kind of strategies, depending on the need, depending on the choices, depending on the preferences of an individual, through a financial need analysis, you can sit down with your advisor, you can talk about these concepts. Okay. But if you are educated, if you are having some understanding of the basic strategies, you can protect it more wisely for yourself. It's a more peace of mind for your spouse. In case something happens with the one spouse, another is always protected. It's a peace of mind, okay, which you can create. As I told you, there are different guarantee options in your investment accounts, registered and non-registered. 100% death benefit guarantee, 100% maturity guarantee, or 75/100. You can pick and choose maturity guarantee and death benefit guarantee under these options. So very powerful tools. Okay, but when we talk to, let's say I talk to 10 people, only 1 or 2% out of that, they know how these things actually work. They never go to their lawyer or accountant to understand these concepts, which are most important for transferring their wealth to the next generation. And there are many companies out there, and Industry Alliance is one of them, which I represent also as part of the distribution. You have very strong selections of investment choices. It is more than 80 funds right now, and there are 18 portfolios available, which you can pick and choose. And the maturity term is 15 years term. it is a automatically annual birth date reset of death benefit guarantee up to age 75. And you can put your money up to age 90 under these segments. Okay. And it waives the DSC fees. That is a MER type of thing, which you can waive it off. And you can divide your money into different segments so that there is more diversification in place and you have more peace of mind, because you need to invest money into those options which are always growing as per your expectations. Maybe you are a conservative investor, maybe you are a balanced investor, maybe you are an aggressive investor. So these things matter a lot for people when it comes to understanding money, understanding estate, understanding wealth transfer mechanisms for individual or families. Okay. There are a number of options available into the conservative side, balance side, and growth side. You can pick and choose number of funds available on TSX. You can pick and choose your choice. Okay. It is not that you are trading every day, but it is a portfolios. And these portfolios are actively managed, not passively managed. What does that mean? Let's say that you have put your money into oil sector, and oil sector is part of your portfolio, and the active fund manager or the portfolio manager, they visualize everything. They know that, okay, going forward, this market is going to diminish, or maybe it's going down. So they keep on changing the funds, which is my peace of mind as an investor into different options available to me. Okay. And you can talk a number of things, but this is just a brief overview of how people should see. And in simple language, you need to protect your peace of mind for your family. Your money should always be employed for you, not unemployed for you. It is not sitting idly into just a bank account where TD or BMO or RBC, they give your money in the form of a credit card to somebody like me, charging 20-25%, and you are getting only 3%. You are not able to beat inflation within your saving plans. So this is how it works. So these are my contact informations also. If you need any kind of help, you can just give me a call. We can set up. I can just guide you. No compulsion, no obligation of any kind. It is just a complimentary. Okay. And if you find some value, if I will be able to help you out on certain aspects, definitely I would love to do that. These are individual. There are certain aspects which are only related to corporations, business owners. Okay. But the accounts like RRSP, TFSA, those are individuals, registered accounts. That is why this presentation was given to me. This sharing of information has been already shared with you. And with that, I think that I was supposed to do it for 30 minutes. Now it is open for any question, answer, whatever question you have. If I will be able to answer, I will be more than happy on that also.
I just
have-
wanted to ask a question that,
Okay.
if you have put the name, your beneficiary in all the investments and whatever you have done it, so then it will go to them, right? Then the state will not come.
No, state. So beneficiary, if you designate and you have a will in place, it doesn't mean that everything is going to them. Thus, if your money is under mutual fund or GIC, it still goes through the probate.
No,
You
but like,
cannot bypass.
okay, you can't avoid that. There's a way
No.
to avoid it, right?
Yes, as I told you, if your same investment gradually, when you are at the verge of retirement, if you start keeping that segment in place, which is a segregated fund as an option, so in that option, and everything is mentioned in your will that, okay, 25% to my spouse, 25% to my both the kids, 25% to the charity. That helps. Will is only your wishes. It doesn't surpass any tax. Does that make sense, Binaji?
Yeah, no, because if suppose if I have a house and my daughter's name, like my children's names are there, so it will go to them automatically, isn't it?
Principal residence only goes tax-free in
Yeah.
Canada. Principal residence only. But if let's say the kids, you have the name of your kids in the house and they are residing in the same house, it is not a problem. But if
Yeah.
they have another property in their name, then it is again a challenge.
Okay.
So
It doesn't mean that you can give your house to your children tax.
And segregated funds, where do we go for? Like bank does it, who does that?
Sorry, it was an echo out there. What were you saying?
segregated funds you're talking about? Who does
Yeah.
that? Bank does it or
Bank also do
somebody?
it. Yes. Yes. Bank like BMO, they have the segregated fund option.
What
Investors,
about
they have-
RBC, TD Bank and all these things? They don't have?
no. Most of the bank
Wow.
don't have it, they don't promote it.
Rajiv,
Wow.
Bhai Sahib is saying something.
Sorry?
Wanted to
Can-
ask mainly
And
about
can
the
we transfer part of the funds we have? Excuse me. Can we transfer part of the RRSP investments we have to a SEC fund?
Yes. It is
You can
called
do it at any
rollover of
point.
the account.
Pardon me?
You are rolling over your account from one institution to another institution. There is no problem.
There is no problem. Okay.
No challenge, no problem. If you withdraw money and then put into the segregated fund, then there is a challenge, because first, when you withdraw, let's say in RRSP, there is a withholding tax automatically 30%. And then if you just roll over, let's say from institution A to institution B, you just send a transfer form that, okay, I am moving my money from RBC to TD, or maybe from Industrial Alliance to Equitable Life, no problem at all. It is allowed. No taxation involvement, nothing at all.
Can you please further elaborate about the segregate fund in detail? We want to understand clearly.
Yes.
कम है आवाज?
नहीं, वो
He's
आपका
asking
echo
you to
आ गई।
explain the segregated funds a little bit more.
Yes,
in-
I will do that. I will do that. Okay, let me just pull out my another slide so that I can answer your question properly. Just give me a second, sir.
Vijay Gambhir Bhai Sahib has got his hand up.
Okay, so let me share the screen. Can you see my screen now?
No. Yeah.
Okay. So segregated funds is an investment fund that combines the growth potential of a mutual fund with the security of insurance contract. That is how seg fund actually work. Okay. It is a pool of investment securities like cash and short-term debt, bonds, equities. You can buy anything under segregate. In simple language, whatever is available in mutual fund, available in segregated funds also. The only difference is the MER, management expense ratio, which is the fund management fees. If your mutual fund is MER is 2%, segregated fund MER will be 2.2%.
Oh.
Because it gives you various guarantees option, it gives you various advantages like creditor protection, probate bypass, privacy of your investments. So I don't care whatever they charge, maybe 0.2% extra, but it has a peace of mind for myself and my family. Okay. So in this, if there is a market downturn and something happens to the individual, the beneficiary get 100% if you have chosen a 100% guarantee. And here is most important thing which need to understand. Seg funds combine all the benefit of mutual funds. Pool of investment that is available in both. Market-based return that is available in both. Investment in registered and non-registered in contract you can do in both. Wide range of fund choices, number of funds available to pick and choose depending on your appetite of investment. You have access to invested capital anytime.
Can you also change the investments during the course?
Yes, you can change 3 times in a year, sir, Raghuji.
Oh, perfect.
3 times in a year you can choose. There is no charges attached with that.
Very good. Very good.
If you are not satisfied in one fund, you can diversify further to 3 or 4. It's
Excellent.
an investment flexibility.
That within the
And there is a daily unit price.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And you have the ability to transfer between funds without fees. As this was your answer for the question. There is
Correct.
no fees.
Yeah. You can not only transfer, but there's no fee also for that.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Okay.
And there is a consumer protection, means it is a private of it, because these are the similar benefit of mutual fund or segment. But other advantages which mutual fund don't have, seg fund has, Guarantee applicable at maturity. Mutual fund don't have any guarantee.
Okay, okay.
Protection of gains earned, mutual fund don't have it. Creditor protection, mutual fund don't have it. Privacy, mutual fund don't have it, or GIC don't have it. Protection of estate value, segregated fund have.
So seg fund is not an open-ended thing. It has to be for a certain period of time.
Yeah. You can just put your money in a segregated fund tomorrow after 1 month or 2 months. If you need money, you can still withdraw.
You
No
can still
problem.
withdraw.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
It is liquidity is everywhere in both the options. Mutual
Okay,
fund, seg fund, GIC. GIC, once you break it, you have to pay some penalty.
Correct.
Mutual fund is subject to market risk. Segregated funds is more secure, but you can withdraw anytime if you
You
need
can
them.
withdraw also. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who can benefit from seg funds? Who are concerned about the risk of losing their principal? Those are
Correct.
the people.
Yeah.
Or
Perfect.
those
Yeah,
who are
yeah.
verge of their retirement and they think, oh, if something happens to me today or tomorrow, my beneficiary will have the hard time in getting the money. It will be so much process. As you know, most of the people, they don't feel comfortable going to court, probate, and law and all kind of stuff. They don't like it.
Now,
And people who are concerned with estate planning.
Now, in that same segment fund, can you also nominate your beneficiaries in a certain ratio?
100%. You can choose 5 beneficiaries, 10 beneficiaries under one registered or non-registered account. You can choose, pick and choose. Anytime you can change it.
When it is so good, why are not people moving from, say, mutual fund to
That
seg
is
fund?
my question was exactly.
Yeah.
Why the banks
Very
are not
good
telling
question.
us?
Yeah,
I
that
know
is very
that the
good
returns
question.
may be less than a mutual fund, and the
It will
MER
be
can
more
be a
than
little
mutual
more.
fund. Yeah. So return doesn't matter, sir. Because if I'm getting 10% return in mutual fund, I can get 10% in segregated funds also. But
Oh.
why bank don't promote it? Number one, every branch, they have targets and quotas to achieve.
Yeah.
They need to feed the interest of their stakeholder. They
Okay.
don't need to feed the interest of a client. And
Client.
most of the people, except you are a high net worth client, they will give you the options. But
Right.
if you are just a middle income Canadian like me or any other people, they give, okay, you put your money here, GIC, guarantee. People love guarantee. So they lock their money. Trillions of dollars are under the GIC account. Bank is paying 3%, 4%, making 20, 20.
I know. Yeah, that's a criminal waste of money.
Exactly. That's why bank don't promote it. They never talk about it unless and until you are educated, you are having some education that, hey, what are the advantages? And if you go to an investment advisor today, after 1 year, when you go, the investment advisor has already gone. There is a new
Yes.
person in.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. I have a
And they
question.
never
When we
sit-
take out
Scotia Bank
segregated
has
fund,
segregate fund or not?
do we
I
have
think, can we give a chance to one question to each of them first? I think Mr. Vijay Gambhir wanted to ask. Then we also have Sandhya ji. Beena ji will come back to you again. All of you will get a chance to get your questions clarified. So Vijay ji, please go ahead.
Thank you, Vedri ji, and thank you, Navneet ji, for having a wonderful session. I just actually wanted to know two things. Practically, I have some investment in property over here, like a private lender through a lawyer, number one. What happens to that in any case, Simon, if suppose I have invested and I'm no more, then how it works? It works through the will. And the second is I have also investment in stocks and mutual fund, as you are saying, through Wealthsimple and TD Bank and all that. So I have over there, nomination kind. I mean beneficiary. We have made my son. So in that case, I believe that you are saying that no probate is required, right? So how it works? I mean, in both the scenarios.
Yeah, for the investment properties, those are all taxable investments. Okay, so you have to go through the probate. There is no question about it, except your principal residence. And if your kids are part of that residence, they are residing in that, but it is maybe in the name of spouse or husband and wife, still it pass on to the beneficiary tax-free. But if you have invested money, let's say in the private mortgages, okay, that is again part of the probate. Second important. Third important thing, if you have registered accounts, okay, The rollover, how it works from your husband to wife, it can be rolled over without any taxation. Let's say in case of RRSP, it can be rolled over to the spouse who is surviving. But for the kids, it is again an inheritance. When husband and wife both are not there, then it needs to be taxed as per the rules.
Yeah, just actually, what is this? I mean, principal residence. So we have been sponsored by our son. So we still, we will be, going to be citizen. We just on the PR right now. So right now, how it works? I mean, and probate is also required that every 2-3 years you were saying that it needs to be altered. I mean, updated like that.
The will need to be updated. Process remains same. Probate is a process which will always remain. But if you are residing with your kids, okay, they sponsored you, you are under the PR category and you get the PR, it is the same rule applicable to you. Principal residence, no issue at all. It will be, you will be having that authorization in place to stay in the house. And if there is a mortgage in place, that need to be continuously paid. And when it is a mortgage transfer, let's say your son and maybe daughter, both of them, they were on the title and title need to be transferred. You need to qualify for the mortgage in that case. Unless and until you have a mechanism, let's say some life insurance policies in place for $500,000 million and your mortgage is $500,000, you can pay it in one shot and you still qualify for a mortgage payment on a monthly basis also. Does that answer your question, Vijay?
Yes, I'm once again, just a minute, just to be very briefly and, so I have invested in stocks and I have made my son beneficiary, whatever after me. So that doesn't going to work until I have probate, right?
Yes, probate there will be a probate process for you, 100% in the stocks.
Thank you. Thank
Mm, okay, then we have
I have-
Sandhyaji.
I have one small question on the will. You've been talking about updating the will.
Yeah.
Why do you need to update the will? Even then, when there is no, because in the will itself, you don't talk much about the property that you own. You only talk about how you want it to be distributed in the event of a death.
Yeah.
So why does unless I want to change the formula in it, why would the will change?
Very good question, sir. Because if you keep on adding or deleting the properties, okay, your assets and net worth, then you need to update. If there is only one house and there is only registered investment in place.
No, but in the will, they don't mention any property at all.
Yeah, but there is a directions attached with that. That, okay, if something happens to me, this property, whatever I have, maybe 1, 2, 3, that depends. It is a part of probate. It is a part of the process. But once it comes to the probate, they have to go through that segment. There is
But
no escape.
only if you're specifying this property for this person, this property for this person. But again,
Yeah.
if you call the whole thing as an estate, and you're suggesting how you want that estate to be distributed, then there's no need for a change in the will.
Yes or no, both. Why? Yes, because let's say there is a conflict in the beneficiary now. Okay, you prepared your will in 2010 and now it is 2025 and there is a conflict with within your children's, and once it comes to the distribution, okay, your will is 10 years old or 10 or 15 years old, but your one child say that, hey, Papa told me that this property belongs to me, and he produced some evidence to the maybe a fake signature in that case. It is still a complicated process. But once you update it in 2024, okay, and something
That
happens in 2025,
that becomes binding then. Yeah.
So that is why. And it is not that you just go to a lawyer to update it. You can have your handwritten also, but dated also, but witnessed by somebody. You can keep that document also.
Okay. It doesn't have to be notarized or anything.
You can do it notarized, or if it is witnessed by 2 of the individuals, maybe within your circle, that also works.
Perfect. Very good. Very good, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you. This has been very, very educative.
Thank you, sir.
Rajiv ji is asking, what are the banks that have segregated funds?
Oh, BMO is one of the prime bank which offers segregated funds on a very vast scale, Bank of Montreal. And some of the bank like RBC, they have some options, but which are dividend based. That also you can reach out to the branch. But most of the time, the dealers or investment companies which are there, they offer wide range of segregated funds. Why? Because in one fund, you can occupy or you can buy all the banks into one investment funds into the segregated funds option. Let's
He's
say, for
asking if
example,
Scotia Bank is also.
Yeah.
Does Scotia Bank?
Segregated funds charge too much fees, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
No,
another
sir.
question from Milan. She's asking, what about the cost of MER? It is much higher for a segregated fund with regard to a mutual fund or EFT.
As I told you, if the mutual fund is having 2% MER, segregated fund will have 2.2 or 2.3.
Yeah.
That is the difference. But with 0.3, I am getting 100% maturity guarantee, probate bypass, creditor protection, privacy, reach within 7 days to my beneficiary. I don't care because it is giving me same amount of return which I am expecting 6%, 9%, 10%. So this is a information which has been wrongly spread that segregated funds are very high on cost. No, it is not.
Very good.
I can
Okay.
show you just let me show if I have that. Okay. Just to help you understand this segment.
To all of you, we will have this presentation also sent to all of you. Navneet will share that one to us and we'll send it across to. And
So let's say in this
you can
case, can you
also
see-
reach him after the session also.
Can you see my-
Yes, thank you so much.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
let's
very
say this
small,
is one
but
of
yeah.
the fund, US DAC index. It is a segregated fund. You can get the same thing in mutual fund also. No question, no problem. And it is already there in MER 2.95, 2.75, 3.02, depending on the guarantee you choose. But if you see the holdings here and the historical performance of this, let me go down and simple. It's very simple to understand, although it seems complicated sometime. Okay. Let's say in this annual compound return, this one fund, which is having top 10 holdings, which I will show you, since 10 years, it is 20.7% growth. 5 year, it is 23.1%. 2 year, it is 31. 1 year, it is 27. 6 months, it is 8.4%. So it is a replacement of NASDAQ 100 index of US stock exchange. So people don't understand because they are not educated enough, and bank never do that. Bank, they give you some graphical presentation, feed their need, and then you say, oh, that is an amazing opportunity to talk to an advisor, and advisor is not there after 1 year. Average Canadian deal with 7 to 10 advisor in their lifetime. They never sit down with your family to understand how it works. Okay. And if you see the top 10 holding here, it's Apple, Invesco, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook, Tesla, Alphabet, PayPal, Nvidia Corp. So if you
there's
see
more like
that-
an S&P index.
Sorry?
There's more like an S&P index.
Exactly. So S&P 500 is also there in segregated funds.
Yeah.
But it is routed through an investment company. That is the only problem. Because if you go to a bank and if you have $10,000, you say, I need segregated fund, they will never offer you. If you have 100,000 plus, yes, you have the access to that.
Okay.
Industry has a transactional approach.
Okay.
But you need to go for educational approach that you just understand basic. That's it. There is not a rocket science. You know that what is Apple, what is Microsoft. These are ever growing businesses which you buying in one investment. 10 businesses, one investment. They will never go down. That is why you see the historical performance. And if you
Yeah.
total net asset is $798.9 million.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
actively managed fund.
Correct.
Let's say
Yeah.
fund manager, just I'm conclude, fund manager, they see that, oh, Tesla in the near future may not be performing well. They will shift it to a new phase, a new segment.
Yeah.
It's a peace of mind for me.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, suppose just one question. Suppose I got an RSP investment, say $500,000 in some index fund, some individual stocks. Now,
Mhm.
if I want to transfer to BMO on a segregate fund, how do
Yeah.
they do the transition?
So that is called a transfer authorization form.
I know, but what I'm saying is, what happens to all the stocks that I'm holding now?
You are selling it out.
You're okay. So
Yeah.
it is actually sold, and then the cash is invested into one of their funds.
Yeah. Let's say in case of RRSP, you have all your RRSP in the stocks, correct?
Yes.
So if you have your registered account into any segment out there and you want to transfer it to the segregated funds with whatever institution you are comfortable with, you just roll it over. It is not cashed out. It is rollover.
I know that is, you can transfer in kind, but you cannot transfer in kind to a segregated fund.
You can.
How can you do that? But I
So-
thought you should you take only whatever is available, classified as segregated funds.
No. It depends on which vehicle you are using. Whether it is a TFSA, which is under, you are buying stocks under TFSA or stock under RRSP, or it is a non-registered investment, means other than registered. Okay?
Yeah. Assume that I got all the three, and I won't transfer just the RRSP to segregated funds, a part of it.
Yeah. You can do that.
In kind?
Yes, in kind.
Can other
Oh.
people also have a chance to ask questions, please?
Yeah. So, sir, registered account can be rolled over, no challenge.
Oh, okay. Very good. Okay.
Non-registered, same. If you withdraw it, 50% capital gain, or depending on your tax bracket, maybe 67%.
Okay. I got it. Perfect. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Navneet ji.
Eddie G, if, I think has a question. Eddie G?
No, I don't have a question. My comment was people should not monopolize this. It's not a one-on-one session with Dr. Virk. So
Yeah.
please give other people a chance too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. Anybody else has questions?
Dr.
Otherwise,
Navneet, suppose I was working with the company and they have that RRSP portfolio with the Canada Life.
Mhm.
So do they have segregated fund, or I have to remove all the portfolio to the Bank of Montreal?
Depends on the company, sir, because if it is a group benefits,
Yeah, it is group
generally it is a defined contribution. If it is under the defined contribution plan, so generally 90% of the cases company manages it and they force you to put your assets or the money under those segments. But if you are already retired, okay, they give you an option to move your money anywhere.
Okay. I'm retired
You can
already,
move it.
so
Yeah. Once it is a retirement, they give you that option that you can roll over your account, move your money to any other institution out there without paying any penalty, any charges.
Okay, good to know. All right. And
Sandhya
another
Ji, sorry, Chetan Ji,
sorry.
yes.
One more thing is, what was that? Is those segregated fund also has the same condition for the REIF and LIF?
Yes, same.
Okay.
If it is, if your money is into RRSP or RIF or LIRA or LIF, same thing. It's same accounts, yeah. So only the withdrawal strategies and withdrawal parameters are different depending on the age of the
Yeah,
individual.
that's fine. Yeah, there's government control.
Exactly. That is why in RRSP you were saving the seed, money on the seed, but your entire crop is taxable.
True.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is.
Eventually, of course.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Government always win.
You didn't pay earlier, so you have to pay now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Sandhya Ji, if you're still there, I believe you had a question. If not, next, Beena Ji, anything else that you wanted to ask?
Ravinder ji want to say something.
मैंने बात करनी है
हाँ।
थोड़ी।
जी रविंद्र जी।
मैं तो हिंदी में बात करूंगा, मेरे को इंग्लिश इतनी बोलनी नहीं आती फिर।
हाँ जी,
नहीं,
आप
कोई
हिंदी
बात
में
नहीं,
बोलें।
हाँ, नो प्रॉब्लम, हिंदी में भी
तो
ठीक है।
मैंने तो ये पूछना है, जो ये सेग्रीगेटेड फंड होते हैं,
जी।
इसमें TFSA भी हो सकता है?
हाँ जी, हाँ, बिल्कुल।
अच्छा, फिर उसमें जो बैंकों की जरिए जो CDPC होता है, कुछ कवर्ड, वो इंश्योर्ड है?
हाँ जी, CDIC इंश्योर्ड होता है, बिल्कुल।
तो सेग्रीगेटेड फंड में जो कंपनियों को जाता है?
देखिए, जो सेग्रीगेटेड फंड है सर, जो बैंक ऑप्शन आपको जो बैंक दे सकता है वही कोई भी इन्वेस्टर देता है, और ऑल योर मनी अंडर रजिस्टर्ड अकाउंट इज प्रोटेक्टेड बाय CDIC।
ओके।
इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर में वो एश्योरीज के द्वारा वो प्रोटेक्टेड होती
जो
है।
आरआरएस भी बैंक में होती है, वो फंडों में जमा करवाई मान लो, तो
हाँ, वो आप उसको रोल ओवर कर सकते हैं सर।
सेग्रीगेटेड भी फंडों में करता है जमा?
हाँ जी, सारे फंड्स हैं ये,
कोई फिक्स
सारे
नहीं है, ऐसे
फंड्स।
जैसे जीआईसी में हम करते हैं, उसका होता है कि पीरियड भी फिक्स होता है, जो
जी,
तो
ये
इतने
सेग फंड में भी सेम होता है सर।
इतने परसेंट में होता है।
जी,
तो
वो होता है सर
सेग्रीगेटेड में जीआईसी भी होता है?
जी जी, जीआईसी ऑप्शन भी होता
तो
है।
उसका फिर जो बैंक इंटरेस्ट से ज्यादा होता है कुछ के नहीं?
हाँ जी, अगर आप डीलर से डील करते हैं, लेट्स से इंडिपेंडेंट जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर हैं, अगर आपको बैंक 3% दे रहा है जीआईसी पे, तो जो इन्वेस्टर है या जो डीलर है वो 3.3 3.5% तक देते हैं। इट इज बेटर ऑलवेज देन द बैंक।
नहीं, बेटर तो है, मगर अब ये तो कम है। आप तो अभी 10% 8% बोल रहे थे।
नहीं, आपने कहा जीआईसी।
हम्म।
अगर आप अपनी मनी जीआईसी में रखना चाहते
अच्छा,
हैं तो
ठीक है।
जीआईसी मीट गारंटीड इन्वेस्टमेंट सर्टिफिकेट, वो आपको गारंटी दे रहे हैं 3% 4% की।
ओके।
अगर आप उसमें जाते हैं सेग्रीगेटेड फंड में, तो आप 6% 9% 15% तक भी आप रिटर्न ले
अच्छा,
सकते हैं।
वो तो जैसे म्यूचुअल फंड में ग्रोथ होती है, कम भी होगी या बढ़ेगी भी, कम भी होगी बढ़ेगी,
जी जी जी,
ऐसा है?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। लेकिन आपकी मेच्योरिटी गारंटी रहेगी इन केस समथिंग हैपन्स। 100% जाएगा बेनिफिशियरी को, जो आपने पैसा आपने उसमें रखा हुआ है,
हम्म।
चाहे मार्केट 30-50% डाउन है, डजेंट मैटर।
अच्छा, प्रिंसिपल प्रिंसिपल तो सेफ है।
हाँ जी, हाँ, 100% सेफ, 100%।
चलो, बाकी बात फोन पे करेंगे, फिर देख लेंगे।
जी जी, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है जी।
थैंक यू।
Anyone else? Any other questions? And of
May I
course,
ask-
feel free to get
Can I
Veena
ask
ji,
one
yes.
question, please?
Veena ji, yes.
Like
जी,
when we take out like suppose the fund is in segregated funds, the money is there. When we take it out, do we have to pay any penalty
नो पेनल्टी, नो चार्जेस।
for even it is a fixed amount like RSP or TFSA, whatever it is, we don't have to pay.
या बीना जी, अगर आपका आरआरएसपी में है तो उसकी जो विड्रॉल लिमिट में अगर आप पैसा निकालते हैं तो कोई टैक्स नहीं है। अगर
Okay.
आप उससे ज्यादा निकालते हैं तो बड़ा स्टैंडर्ड फिनोमिना है, 30% विद होल्डिंग टैक्स आपको पे करना पड़ेगा पहले। जब आप एनुअल रिटर्न अपनी फाइल करेंगे, अगर आपकी टैक्स ब्रैकेट 10% है तो 20% आपको फिर वापस आ जाएगा, 10% ही टैक्स लगेगा। लेकिन
And
आरआरएस
what is the minimum tax bracket we have in Canada?
दैट इज 12 to 13%।
Okay. And another one more question. Sorry, I don't know this
जी,
jargon words. What is probate means really? Probate का क्या मतलब होता है?
बेसिकली मीना जी, एक गवर्नमेंट का प्रोसेस है। जब भी किसी इंडिविजुअल की डेथ होती है, प्रोबेट किक्स इन। सारा पैसा, सारे अकाउंट, सारे आपके जो भी एसेट्स हैं वो सीज कर दिए जाते हैं, और गवर्नमेंट कहती है कि ये सारा अब सीआरए का है, टैक्समैन का है। फिर आपका बेनिफिशियरी रीच आउट करता है कि भाई ये मेरे मदर हैं, फादर हैं, इन्होंने मुझे विल में बेनिफिशियरी बनाया है, अब ये पैसा आप मुझे दे दें। लेकिन वो कहते हैं कि पैसा देंगे, पहले आप हमें बताओ कि इसमें आपकी लाइबिलिटीज आपकी मदर फादर के ऊपर क्या है, वो पे होनी चाहिए, क्रेडिट कार्ड्स पे होने चाहिए, टैक्स पे होने चाहिए। अगर आपकी प्रॉपर्टी 1 मिलियन की थी, अब 10 मिलियन की होगी, तो 9 मिलियन कैपिटल गेन है, उसका टैक्स पे होना चाहिए। तो वो सारे चीजों के बाद आपके बेनिफिशियरी को जाता है। लेकिन अगर आपके पास अपना कोई परमानेंट लाइफ इंश्योरेंस का कंपोनेंट है जो पेड अप है ऑलरेडी, तो होता क्या है कि जितने भी टैक्स बनते हैं वो बाहर से ही आपके लाइफ इंश्योरेंस आपके बेनिफिशियरी के पास आती है। 250,000 का टैक्स है, आपके बेनिफिशियरी ने पे कर दिया, सारी प्रॉपर्टीज को हैंड ओवर होगी, देयर इज नो चैलेंज। इट इज कॉल्ड प्रॉपर प्लानिंग।
Anyway, I don't have that much money. That's okay. I'm free for all those things. But still, it's good to know. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू,
Very good session.
थैंक यू।
I'm worrying. I'm thinking that इतने सालों से सब लोग यहाँ रहते तो बैंक ये सब बैंक क्यों ऐसे चीटिंग? It's a cheating, you know that?
बैंक किस के दैट इज ए प्रॉफिट मेकिंग बॉडी, इज ए प्राइवेट। सारे बैंक्स यहाँ कनाडा में प्राइवेट बैंक्स हैं, तो दे ऑलवेज वर्क फॉर देयर शेयर होल्डर, विच इज एवरी बिजनेस इज फेयर। मतलब मैं अगर बिजनेस मैं करूंगा, मेरे 2 पार्टनर, तो मैं उनके बारे में सोचूंगा, ना कि जनरल लोगों के बारे में। बट
I
इफ
was
आई एम
new to this country, and then you know what they were cheating. They didn't tell people that if you are minimum $1,000, you don't have to pay money like when you withdraw any fine and all, like you know charges. So I told so many people about it, but I didn't know about these things. Like I wish they would be
नहीं देखिए, वो
educated
तो एक
properly.
ट्रैप है कि आप $3000 या $5000 रखें, आपका महीने की $15 की फीस नहीं लगेगी, एंड पीपल आर हैप्पी इनटू दैट। बट वो $15000 या $5000 जो मेरे बैंक ने रखे, वो रविंदर जी को 5000 का क्रेडिट कार्ड
वो
दे
तो खैर, वो तो I understand that. Yeah, you were
23%
right.
उनसे बना लिया। दिस इज हाउ इट वर्क्स।
Yep.
I have a
Thank you so
question,
much.
please.
यस
Yes,
Doc-
Edji. Yeah.
डॉक्टर साहब, अभी आपने एग्जांपल बताया इनको, बीना जी को, कि 1 मिलियन की प्रॉपर्टी 10 की हो गई तो उस पर कैपिटल गेन लगेगा।
जी।
Is that correct? Capital gain on personal property?
No personal property means whatever is your principal residence, sir, जिसमें आप और आपकी फैमिली रहते हो। अगर इंडिविजुअल को कुछ होता है और उसके बच्चे भी साथ में रह रहे हैं, वो टैक्स फ्री रोल ओवर है। 2 चीजें कनाडा में टैक्स फ्री हैं। पहला, आपका प्रिंसिपल रेजिडेंस गोज टू योर बेनिफिशियरी टैक्स फ्री। Second, any life insurance plan which people have, that is rolled over tax free. Otherwise, every single thing is taxable.
ठीक है, thank
Did
you.
I answer?
Yeah, yes, you did. Thank you.
But what you are saying, life insurance plan, what is that? Like when we get credit card and all that, we are covered in many ways. That's the one you're talking about?
No, life insurance means जो आप पर्सनल प्रोटेक्शन के लिए, इनकम प्रोटेक्शन के लिए लेते हैं, एसेट प्रोटेक्शन के लिए लेते हैं, मोर्गेज के लिए लेते हैं लोग यहाँ पे। तो उसमें क्या होता है कि टर्म इंश्योरेंस होती है, परमानेंट नहीं होती। ज्यादातर लोग टर्म लेते हैं, 20 साल में वो एक्सपायर हो जाती है। उसके बाद उसका प्रीमियम इतना हो जाता है कि आप अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकते परमानेंट के लिए। सो दैट इज ए चैलेंज फॉर पीपल। और जब आपको
Okay.
हेल्थ चैलेंज हो गया, नोबडी विल गिव यू, दैट इज अनदर चैलेंज। व्हेन यू मोस्ट
Got it.
नीडेड इट, जब आपको सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत होती है स्टेट के लिए, लास्ट एक्सपेंसेस के लिए, यू डोंट क्वालिफाई फॉर दैट।
Correct. Yeah.
That's so true. It's like getting old, nobody helps you.
Absolutely.
Yes,
So
never
you have to
planned
help
in.
yourself in the beginning. Yeah, that is one of the reason we are doing this.
Yeah, you have to
actually.
stand on your own eternal
Educate,
strength, you know.
educate as much, yeah, as we can. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Eriji, for doing
Yeah.
these things.
But
They're really
you know, the
informative.
takeaway today for me is that, you know, as you get too old, segregated fund is the best option.
Exactly. There is nothing which is better than that option.
Yeah.
You pick and choose your funds. You sit down with your advisor or whosoever is guiding you. Say that, okay, these are the option. I am conservative. I am okay with 4% or
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need 9%. That is your choice.
Correct. Perfect. Thank you
And
very
can
much,
we
sir.
give you a
That's very,
call?
very
I
educated.
mean, sorry, Navneet ji, can we give you a call? It is okay to call
हाँ जी,
you?
हाँ, बिल्कुल, anytime, no
Okay.
problem.
Send him a
Thank
message.
you.
Actually, sometimes if he doesn't pick up the call, then he will
Yes,
always return
I
your
will
call.
call him
because
back.
he
Just a
doesn't-
छोटा सा
yeah.
message छोड़ दें
Yeah, sure.
that
Yeah.
we attended the Panorama India session. Can we talk something? I will call you back once I get free from the meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you. And we
And-
would all like to receive a record of, you know, copy of this,
Yeah.
this
Sure.
whole
We
episode.
will
Yeah.
send it to you.
I'm
So
Definitely.
I want to know which bank do you work for, Navneet ji?
I bank with most. I am a broker in financial industry. I work with TD. I work with BMO. I work with RBC. I work with all investment companies like Equitable, Industrial Alliance, Manulife. So I am a distributor. So I have access to everything. Most of the industry where people are already dealing with.
So not related to any that, you know, that was that wealth something is
No,
there.
no,
Those two things. What
No,
are
no.
private things are going on, right? Okay.
Yeah.
AG fund you showed just now, AG funds and all.
There's many funds, मीना जी, मतलब
Okay.
आप बीना जी, आपकी choice है. If you are good with Equitable, Industrial Alliance, based on their credibility, A++ rating, so generally people choose their own, you know, funds with their own companies as a choice or
Okay.
preference to yourself. I can
Thank
give
you
you
so
the
much.
option, but you need to pick and choose.
Okay. Thank you.
And now if I can request everybody to keep your cameras on, we'll just take a picture. Actually, Mani will take
We are not
this.
ready. I'm so tired today.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. Like, it's basically for our
Yeah,
senior, right?
it is just for us. You know, we are together and we have spent
Yeah.
time today.
So Mani,
So, yeah.
This is
the
not called
photographer.
together. It's virtual.
Yeah.
It's not together.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, but
So
still,
please keep your cameras on, Raghuji and others. Who
Can
I
you
will take a
s-
small screenshot.
Can you see me?
Papurji.
Yes, I can see you, Kirti.
Yes.
And I will say one
Raghuji,
thing.
Nalini ji, Veerji, Sadashivji.
So I will
Yuji.
take 2 times because I have 2 screens. We have good
Oh.
numbers today. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, take 1. Now I will take
Smile.
1, 2, 3,
Smile.
take. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so
everybody.
much.
Share the photo, eh?
Sure, and we will be sharing the presentation that Navneet will send it to us, and of
I'm
course,
sending it
yeah,
to Maniji, and Maniji can circulate to all the parts.
yes.
Yeah,
And we
perfect.
will also share his contact number. We've already sent it in the seniors group already. I just posted it. But if you have any questions, do text him. He's happy to help. He's a very helpful individual and good friend. So thank you, Navneet ji, for all your help. And our
It's all
seniors need
complimentary
guidance.
for everybody. There is no compulsion, no obligation of any kind. If you feel something where I can help, I will be more than happy.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us
you.
today. And
Thank
one
you.
more thing I wanted to update all of you about our next upcoming session will be in April, which is going to be an interesting one. And I want you all to stay tuned and do join for that. It's going to be on April 20th, 20.
Okay.
April 20th, and that is going to be hosted by Isha Foundation. And we are going to do the inner engineering session by
Oh.
Isha Foundation.
Wow.
That inner engineering is usually a charged one for they usually charge for individuals to get that insight. But for Panorama India seniors, it's going to be free and it's going to be an in-person session. So we will send you all the information. It is going to be held in Meadowvale Community Center, but we'll send you all the details. But I thought I'll just give you a heads up. So block your date for the second half of 20th April. We will
Yes, yes.
give you all the details of the community center, and we look forward to seeing all of you there to do the Isha at Foundation Inner Engineering. It's going to be very helpful meditation and for good health and well-being of the seniors. So look forward to seeing you all, and thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend. God bless. Stay in good health to all of you.
Thank you so
Namaste.
much. Maniji, I sent
Happy New Year to all of you,
presentation.
those who celebrate. This is Indian Happy New Year, right?
Happy New Year,
Yes,
happy Gudi
yes.
Padwa,
Happy
and
New Year to
Happy
everybody.
Ugadi. Happy
happy
Ugadi.
Each and
Ugadi.
Ugadi
Yes,
and
yes, everybody. Yeah.
Thank
Sure.
you.
what is
Thank you very much.
Kamran?
तिलक जी सर जी आपकी तरफ से जो हमारे को गिफ्ट भेजना है वो कब तक आ जाएगा?
सर मैंने भेज दिया अभी। मेरी तरफ से बोल रहे हैं आप?
हाँ, आप आपकी तरफ से हमको चाहिए ना। हमने सेशन सुना आपका।
जी जी मैंने ऑलरेडी भेज दिया सर।
जो कि
भूपिंदर जी हमेशा गिफ्ट ही मांगते रहते हैं। भूपिंदर जी अगली बार आपकी बारी है सबको गिफ्ट देने की। अगले सेशन पे जब आप आओगे सब आप सबके लिए गिफ्ट लाओगे।
नहीं बेस्ट गिफ्ट मैंने आपको बेस्ट गिफ्ट दे दिया, गिफ्ट ऑफ एजुकेशन। आप
सेग्रीगेटेड फंड का बता दिया, ये तो बेस्ट गिफ्ट।
वो तो इनवैल्यूएबल है। गिफ्ट ऑफ एजुकेशन इज इनवैल्यूएबल गिफ्ट।
क्योंकि आपने जो जवाब दिया वो सीरियस था ना, हम सुन रहे थे ध्यान से, तो थोड़ा बहुत हंसना भी चाहिए ना।
Definitely, no worries. Thank you so much everybody for being here today, and stay in good health. And we look forward to seeing you on 20th April now next. Feel free to connect with Navneet ji. We have sent you the contact details in our seniors group. And those who are not in the seniors group, please send us a text. Feel free, whoever has connected you. I think Padma ji has connected a lot of people from KST. So please send either a text to myself or Mani, and then we can add you to the seniors group. It will be nice. We conduct a lot of activities and sessions during the year for our seniors, which are very helpful, and a lot of seniors, that is why हमारे साथ इतने सारे seniors जुड़े हुए हैं. So do connect with us, okay? And wish you all the best. Stay well.
Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Thank you Mani ji, thank you Budhesh ji, thank you.
Thank you Bhupinder ji. Thank you Chetan ji. Thank you Navneet ji again.
Oh, kind of. Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye-bye, everybody.
Good night, everyone.